Welcome everybody to our special event. We are celebrating our third anniversary here over at Aephia Industries. And as you all probably know, we've been working on a community created game for the last, give or take, 2 years. You've seen some teaser trailers probably in the past. But we're here to show you some actual gameplay today with the current state, still in alpha, of the Cataclysm game that we currently have. Um, for this special occasion, I invited the whole team here. So we have Sensei Yamura and Valkonen. We'll do a brief introduction before we go into a little bit of the history of how we got here, and then jump into some actual gameplay and also explain a little bit how the game is actually working. So I'm Funcracker. I am one of the co-founders of Aephia Industries, and I am a team member on Cataclysm. I guess most people know me, so I'll cut it very short. I'm a developer, but I'm not actually a developer on this game just yet. We'll probably help a little bit later with website and stuff. But primarily just here to help the whole project along and facilitate. Doing some actual work, so let's move to him first, is Valkonen, who actually ignited this whole idea and is doing almost all of the work so far. So Valkonen, can you briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Valkonen. I'm the dev on Cataclysm and also the top rated Cataclysm player in the whole world at the moment.
For sure, for sure. And I say you're doing the most work, but we should not rule out Sensei, who is definitely also adding his graphical professionalism to this project. So Sensei, can you briefly introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. Excited to be here. I'm Sensei, long time member almost from the start of Aephia, proud advisor to the management team. And yeah, I came up with the initial game design and am responsible for the UX, UI, the design. And yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
You're
cool.
not going to dispute my world ranking?
All right, I'm also the top world ranked Cataclysm player at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, probably. And I probably a little bit less, but yeah, cool stuff. So let's first briefly go into how we got here. I think that's a fun story, perhaps that people don't know. So over at Aephia, of course, we are always encouraging our members to step forward, reach out if they have any ideas, if they want to be more active in the guild, in the dock. Then we try to just brainstorm with them what they like to do, where that may fit in, and then take it from there. So at some point, I don't know how long ago, perhaps it was 2 years ago or longer, probably longer, Valkonen reached out to me over DM and said, hey, love Aephia Industries, would like to be more active. Is there anything I can help you guys with? And we were brainstorming or just discussing what his experience was and what he liked to do, and game development came up. And at that point in time, I had no idea how to incorporate that. Like, okay, it's game development. It's not Unreal game development. It was more in the Unity area. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. So I don't see any inroads in like modifying or potentially in the future modifying Star Atlas itself. So it kind of stopped there for a while. And if I'm misremembering Falcon, by all means chime in. But it took a bit. I think, what was it, last year or 1 year or somewhere between the last 12 and 18 months, I think, at some point there was an Atlas brew. And during the Atlas brew, there were a few community members, Star Atlas community members, who were showing off either some game or some ideas for community-made games. And at that point in time, I had already more or less forgotten the conversation from months before with Valkonen. But Valkonen, of course, did not, and he also saw that Atlas brew. And he reached out to me again and said, hey, we can do this. So yeah, that's actually where the ball started rolling. And I had not really considered before to create a side game incorporating Star Atlas IP as a just community, like a gift to the community. But this was a great idea. I was really enthusiastic when I saw Atlas Brew. I'm very much more enthusiastic when Valkener reached out, sharing that he would like to do something similar. So we got together. We quickly pulled in Sensei Yamura because, primarily because he is our lead graphics designer within Aephia, but also has some affinity with games. And the three of us just got cranking. And when I say the three of us, as I mentioned before, primarily Valkyrin doing the actual development work, and Sensei Yamura to provide some of the graphics, and also UX and just the basic structuring of the interface, etc. So yeah, that was really, really cool. So did I kind of get everything, or do you guys want to correct me or add something to this story?
I think all of that sounds great, our beloved leader.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm primarily just facilitating and trying to help where I can. But these two guys are for sure doing most of the work. Cool. I think we can just get in. So behold the beautiful splash screen we have at the moment. For those, perhaps I'm going too quickly, for those who are not aware, Cataclysm Battle for Iris is the name we gave this project. It was called for a long time Project Cataclysm, and we really liked the Cataclysm part of that, so we stuck with it. Also, it makes kind of sense, and Sensei will go into this more further, but it's a 1v1 competitive battling game, and of course, yeah, the best place to do that is around nearby the Cataclysm, also according, of course, to Status lore. So that's what we ran with, and it also probably provides some cool lore and some cool backdrop. So yeah, without further ado, because you're here, of course, to see some gameplay and also get some information about what the game is about. This is the menu screen. I'm going to quickly log in with Discord, and I will play a multiplayer match versus Valkonen live. You'll be able to see my screen, he will be able to see my screen, but that's okay. It's really just a demo game, so you can see roughly what's working, and Sensei will share what the game is actually about and how it works and what you are seeing on the screen. But first, I have to quickly sidestep, go here and log in. I'm Dutch, so if you're wondering what's up with the text, that's why. Close the screen, go back to Cataclysm. And now you see in the top right corner, Funcracker is in the building. So I guess let's just straight up, well, actually let me very briefly go into the other options you see here. So logging with Discord, recommended. I think perhaps even mandatory at some point, but we'll get to that. Settings are what you would more or less expect. Extras, some credits, exit, of course, leaving the game. But the top two ones are the most important options. So multiplayer is what it's all about. Single player allows you to to practice versus a bot. The bot is not necessarily very good at playing this game, but it will at least allow you to play the game, and it will give some resistance, a little bit random, but sometimes not so bad. But just for you to get a grasp of the game before diving into multiplayer potentially. And just to before we really go into the game, I guess this is a very good point in time to mention that this is an alpha build. It could potentially crash. We have not really seen that the last, I know how many tries. There may be some weird things happening. That's also mostly all resolved, but there will still be some bugs. But more importantly, this is still an internal build. As of today, we are announcing that we're going to start the internal alpha test. And by internal, I mean, in this case, restricted to some members within Aephia Industries. The idea is to create a raffle, which will probably accompany the message with a link to this video, at least for the Aephians. And they can sign up. We're of course looking for people with some Q&A quality assurance experience where possible, but it's also just for anybody who has some time, who has a Windows computer, or like me, because I'm actually running this on a shadow PC, so a virtual PC on my Mac, to just test the game, give us feedback, check for bugs, just to get some play sessions in, and we'll take it from there. So we'll slowly expand the alpha to more Aephians, and of course at some point in the further down the line, open it up also to the wider status community. With that said, I'm going to hop into multiplayer, and I'm hoping to find Valkonen there. So I just say play, and now we're searching for games, searching basically for people who want to play a game, and we found Valkonen. So while we're here, I think Sensei, I guess as my next screen is going to hopefully pop up. Before I do anything, I'll just hand the mic to you, and perhaps you can shed some light on what we're actually going to do today.
Absolutely. Let's maybe dive into a little bit of the history, or to give it some context. There was a mini game in a game called Witcher, in a PC game called Witcher that I absolutely adored, and it was called Gwent. So Gwent went super popular, got its own standalone version, and somehow what the developers did was not listening to community feedback, and it somehow got very convoluted and was slowly dying. And I thought, hey, maybe if we incorporate all the community feedback and just start it with where it came from the basics, we can just do better, or give it a second life. So it's a card game. What you're seeing here, it's heavily inspired by Gwent. I think we put our own twist on it, and we'll be able to make it better. The goal of the game is you start with a deck of 30 cards, and the goal of the game is to win a best of 3. So if you win 2 rounds out of possible 3, then you are the winner. How do you win a round? By scoring points. How do you score points? If you look at the hand that Funcracker has here, most of the cards will have a value in the upper left. So for example, the Rainbow Ohm has 5, or the ship next to it is a 10. You will be able to play these cards if it's your turn. Usually you will be able to play 1 card, and that will score you that amount of points. And after you played an amount of cards, you have the option to pass, and then your opponent might have passed already, or will play more cards to score more than you, and at the end, when both players have passed, the one with a higher score will win that round.
Yep.
That's it.
Good stuff.
That's the briefest overview.
No, perfect.
That I can give.
Perfect. We'll go a bit deeper into some of the aspects, but at the start of every game, you have the option to discard up to 3 cards and pull or draw 3 new cards. As you can see, when I go over my cards, you see a description in the upper right corner that tells me the name of the card, the type of card, the effect, if it has any effect, and sometimes I think always some flavor text at the bottom, which may be difficult to see, I'm not sure. So we have different types of cards. We have ships, we have large ships, and we have small ships. This is important because effects specifically target small or large ships. We have one-time effects. These are cards that are not put on the board, but they have an effect and then they disappear. Let's see, I think I primarily ships here. All right, yeah. And here this is also an interesting ship effect. We'll probably, let's see if we got some other cards. Well, actually, let me just toss this out and see if I can get, aha, this is another one-time effect. A nice one at that. Well, let me just keep this and let's just see what we're doing. So I discarded one card. I can go up to 3, but I won't. So I will just say done drawing. And then my opponent, of course, is doing the same at the same time. And then when we're all set, in this case, Valkonen can open the game. So he's the first person who's going to play a card. And of course, she has to look carefully what to play. This is really a great card. This specific card has an ability that allows you to pull all other similar ships from your deck. And there are 3 of these cards in the deck. And he didn't have any other one in his hand, so there were actually 2 cards pulled from the deck. And he has 12 points in small ships right away, which is really an excellent thing. So actually,
Maybe let me quickly, before you play that card, chime in, because now we can also look at something important here on the board. When he's hovering over these cards, you might see that there is not only a number in the upper left, but also a symbol, and that symbol indicates where you can play the card. And your playing area has 4 different zones, and that's important for effects. For example, some effects will only affect like a certain zone, like we have 4 right now, like a front row, a row behind that, and then a support zone to the left and a support zone to the right, and they play a huge role in the whole strategy and the whole gameplay, where you want to play a card, when you want to play a card, where. Sometimes it matters when a card is next to another card, so you also need to take that into account. But yeah, that's one of the main concepts.
Yep. And also we try to give each card an ability that sort of fits with the actual ship in Star Atlas. So we have here the industrial zone, and an Armstrong Imp as a miner is one of the few ships you can actually play there. So actually, let's go. Oh, I have some hiccups here, but let's see if I can actually play this. Alright. 8 points. 12 for Valkonen. My computer is a little bit stuttering, so I'm not entirely sure how that influences the game, but let's see. Yep, cool. Let me just play this. And now I have the same benefit. You can see I can place 2 more cards that I just drew from my deck as a bonus. So they are no longer there, which is fine for me. So 20 points. Let's see how Valkonen is going to counter that. Or if he is going to counter that. Well, that's a pretty hefty counter. So this is an ongoing effect that you actually place on the board. Deploy to the frontline zone, which is near the first row, reducing the power of all ships to 1. So you could see that effect had to take place as well. So this is brutal. I don't think I have a card to counter that, and just to speed things up anyway.
You could try to get lucky with your glow and pull a...
Yeah, for sure. Discard and draw 1 card from your reserve to deploy immediately. I am lacking 5 points. I have plenty of stuff, so let's just do that indeed. So this card you can also see when I hover, it actually highlights the discard icon on the board. So let's wait, the right one. Let's discard it, and let's draw a card.
No way!
Destroy all ongoing effects from your opponent in one of your zones. Well, that's interesting, because
it's perfect.
This is a card that I would very much like to reduce.
I actually didn't think he'd be able to pull that card.
That is really super lucky. I think there's 1 in the deck, so this was an insane random event, but fun. So now the ball's back in the Valkonen's court.
I might go Scorched Earth. No.
And I guess you can hear the clock ticking in the background. There's no timer yet in this build, but there will be a timer Similar to, for those of you who have played like a game like Hearthstone, for example, that you just cannot take too long, and also people time out or anything, that the game will still resolve and finish. So yeah, this is another effect. You can play on your own cards, double the power. So this is nice. You can see they're now 8 points each instead of 4. Do I want to counter that? Do I want to do anything with that? I'm not so sure, but I am going to play this card first. So the vintage astronaut suit, familiar perhaps to some of you. Attached to one of your small ships, the ship will not be sent to the junkyard. So unfortunately, this is a large ship, so I cannot attach to that one. I could attach to one of the 4s, but I don't really feel like I will. I'm actually going to do it like this, just to see if Falco's going to pass and gamble, or
Just to add a little detail here,
Yeah.
if you are asking why should I ever pass,
Oh, yeah.
you are taking your hand into your next round, and that's actually the beauty of the game. That you have to really think very hard how many cards you are going to play and how many cards you are taking into the next round.
Yep. We are going to
You
draw.
will not draw a complete new hand. You will draw 3 new cards, but you will also take over the cards in your hand into the next round.
Yep, so Valkonen passed. Let's see. I am going to... I can win the game, but it is kind of brutal. At least I'm going to play this. Now I have ensured that this card will stay here for the next round, but I didn't really improve my score, and Valkonen already
Don't
passed.
pass.
Sorry?
The top ranked Cataclysm player that tells you to play this card. You definitely want to win the round.
I definitely want to win the round. I definitely want to win just the 3 points. Even though this card is a bit, I am still going to
Of
play
course.
it. Because I have
We
no...
have to be broken.
Exactly, I have no cards in my, or no ships in my discard pile, so I could not really use this. Else I would have been able to take one. So this is not optimal play, but at least
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
going to win. And yeah, this is still again a cool alpha screen. So won the first round. You can see a small dot here depicting this. And I drew 2 new cards, by the way. I know Sensei said 3, but I got 2 new cards. I can still discard up to 3. So let's see what we got. Okay, this is actually the card that Valkonen played on my ships before. Nah, I need better cards than this. And also, I spend a lot of cards, really a lot of cards. So Valkonen has 5 cards, I have 3. Due to me playing additional cards and just keep things going. The good news is, though, I'm starting with 5 points already. Let's see. Yeah, maybe difficult. Let's see. I don't
Bye-bye.
trust this. Yeah, I don't trust this one. This is a nice one. Yeah, let's keep it. Let's just stick with this and let's see what happens. Now, of course, Valkonen is again going over his cards as well, trying to get an optimal hand to beat me. Oh, he's discarding, I think, 3 cards. Ah, yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. So I'll just quickly go over this. This is a card that will persist between rounds, which is important. It will not be removed. But it's earning 1 point per turn. So every time Valkonen's round starts, from now on, you will get 1 free point, which will accumulate on this card, as you will see in a bit. So I just have to win this second round. Which may be very difficult. There's several strategies, but let's just play and see what happens. So now you will see that he will get 1 point as he starts his... Oh, he also has an awesome card. That
I
is
pulled that
very, very nice.
last redraw.
Yep. So fortunately, I have an assassin that eliminates a
Yeah,
single card in a
that's
small
perfect.
or large, exactly. And you will see that I can only actually play it on this command zone in the back. So don't have to think twice. Let's destroy it.
I played that for the content.
Yeah, yes, I got that.
I actually didn't. I forgot you had the assassin.
So I'm down to 1, but Velk still has some cards. And I am going to hope and pray that he cannot get to 7 cards if I'm up 7 more points if I pass. You'll get 1, because you're still getting 1 from this thing. Let's see what happens. If not, at least he has to play more cards, so it evens the next round. If he can still beat this. Tension is rising. Oh!
I didn't want to play this one, but
Boom!
I gotta.
Yep, you got to. You got that. That's awesome. 8 points gives a +1 to all small ships who are not there. But indeed, at least he won the second round. So now you're both to 3 cards, so it's pretty even. We both won 1 round. He does have this card in the upper corner. That means that the longer the next round is going to take, the more points you're going to rack up. But with 3 cards each, it's not going to do that much. Oh, okay. Well, let's keep that. It's a similar card. It just gives 2 points per turn. Let's see. It may just give me 2 points in total. Destroy all cards. That's nice. I'll remove his card, but I need something more beefy than this. I think. This is too... I'm just going to gamble that at least this small ship, hopefully I can get something... Aha! Better. This is better. And the effect is also actually quite good. So, yeah. It's a gamble, but I'm just going to try it with these 3 cards.
Gamble more. No, okay.
No, I'm just going to try. I could have also tossed this one out for a better one, but let's see. Living on the edge.
Yeah,
So-
you played for the content.
Exactly. So I can start. So I'm going to right away place this card because it's also going to give me points. So it has to be the first card to play. So now let's see what... So, but I get 2 points. So let's play this first. And this card allows me to take a small ship from my discard pile and see what's in here. It is a ship that gives me the exact same ability. So yeah, that makes the most sense. Choose 1 small ship. So let's play this card. Now let's see what actually... I figured. Okay, so it's not actually picking up on that. Well, awesome. Though you right away tested that that ability. Was a bit chancy to try this, but at least more points. Choose 1 industrial structure from your junkyard. Which you did not have. That's cool because I saved this card, of course, for last. To destroy 2 points there. And now let's see what your last card is going to do. 6 points difference at the moment. But I did not pass yet, so I'll get 2 more. Oh, I don't get 2 more. I had no hand left. Yes, of course I couldn't pass. So I actually lost. Awesome, well done, Val. 2 points, 2 points. So
Sounds close.
now we're going to do, of course, do a rematch, but we won't do that on the recording. So, yeah, it was close. Awesome. Well played. And I primarily just hope that the audience gets an idea of how this game works and is going to work. A lot of stuff, again, is still placeholder, and as also shown now, there are still some small bugs. We hope that the alpha testers, of course, are going to help us squash those bugs and prepare this for the next stage of release. Very happy with the game myself, and very happy with what the team, and again primarily Valkyrie, but also Sensei, accomplished over the last few months. Very much looking forward, of course, to get this in the hands of everybody at some point. But we're going to polish, we're going to alpha test, and we're going to probably show off some more gameplay in the future. So from my side, thanks for joining, thanks for checking this out. Sensei, Valk, any last words from your side? Anything you want to share before we wrap it up?
Happy third anniversary to all of us. That's awesome. 3 years is insane in the online space.
Absolutely, and yeah, especially looking around at indeed also just the crypto space and even the Star Atlas ecosystem, right? We really see that yeah, it's been tough. We lost a lot of good people in the community, a lot of good ducks and guilds even, but we're still here, and yeah, indeed, that is celebration worthy. So awesome, Valkonen. Anything from you?
Yeah, I'll just second that. Happy anniversary, and congratulations to everyone who has survived the past 3 years.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, Jen. So cool. Yes, happy anniversary, everybody, and catch you next time. Take care.
Bye bye.